What's up, creamers? Welcome to the Creme channel. If you can't tell by my dull tone, the latest video didn't do too great. So much so, in fact, that I uploaded it to a different channel and took it down from the main. And there is a reason for that, but let me just talk about the video itself first, because it's kind of important for context. The last video I made was quite different than things that I normally make on my main channel. Normally I make a video essay or a review, or one of my latest ones, which was Knockout City's failure pretty much. That's more of a history and a what went wrong kind of video. All of these are well scripted and well edited. The latest one I made was effectively a challenge video slash stream highlights of me trying to finish a TF2 rocket jump map without saying a bunch of words that would trigger an effect related to it. So if I say eye, it spawns a Monoculus. If I say wall, it spawns a Spire, etc. It was really, really fun to edit and even more enjoyable just to film it. It was so much fun. Now I was off rip, I was immediately nervous. I didn't think that it was going to do well, or rather I hoped it would. I expect for myself at least 100,000 views for videos. That's just what I would consider not a failure. So this video gets made, it gets released, and I'm excited. I'm looking forward to seeing what people think about it. You know, it is quite a large step away from what I would normally make. And that was one of my major concerns. But I released it, and unfortunately it didn't do very well. Despite the fact that I think it's a really fun video. I think it's a challenge that has been done in the past before, but not in this kind of area. Not in TF2, not in shooters, mostly in GTA, Skyrim, things like that. Basically, it just hadn't been done in TF2 before, so I thought that might give it an edge over, say, doing it in GTA again, despite the fact someone's already done it. That was not the case, and that, frankly, as it would for anyone who spends a month on anything, made me a little frustrated and upset. You know, I pour so much work into these videos, and then for it to perform negatively, I'm talking, what, I think 3 days old, and it had 5,000-6,000 views with a click-through rate of 3%, which is pretty bad, and it was only going lower. Which shocks me too, because I thought the thumbnail was great. I thought the title was interesting. So what I did is I uploaded it. It does poorly on the first day. Half expected. I generally have to go through a bunch of different titles and a bunch of different alterations for thumbnails to find the correct thing, which is probably one of the most frustrating parts. So what I do is I spend the next 2 days pretty much obsessing over this video. You know, I have the window open on my left monitor constantly. I'm changing thumbnails, I'm changing titles, I'm fucking talking to ChatGPT, asking for suggestions. I'm bothering poor C Ravioli, constantly asking him, oh, what do you think? Do you think this is good? Do you think this is bad? Because I just don't have the experience to fix this problem. And I did learn eventually that it wasn't a problem I could fix. It's too far gone. And today was the final straw. I realized that no matter how much I try to sell this idea, whatever title I go with, whatever thumbnail I go with, the topic itself just isn't unique enough. The game, TF2, isn't nearly popular enough. I'm sure if I had the kind of backing behind me of this guy does challenge videos, let's say C Ravioli or El Maxo did this challenge, I think it would work really well for them. And that is almost putting the blame on something out of my control, which I think has some standing, and it might be my fault, but like, that's the thing. I've tried everything. I've tried a bunch of different thumbnail alterations. I've tried a bunch of different titles. Just nothing seems to work. I don't know if it's the click-through rate. I don't know if it's the watch time. All of them are bad, and the only thing I can think of is that it's just not getting sent to the right audience. YouTube's frustrating, man. It's killing me. So yeah, I was obsessing over it. It was really, really bad. And because of this, I decided that I was just going to put it on a different channel. I put it on my channel, More Cream, which doesn't really have anything on it. It's got a few videos that I made here and there, but I have new plans for it. And here it is. I'm going to work towards getting that second channel monetized, so I don't need to worry about wasting a video on More Cream. Because that's where my head's at right now. I thought this video was going to do really, really well. So I was like, it's got to go on Cream to get as much backing behind it so I can pivot from doing the video essays to the challenge videos, whatever. When in reality, I was just blinded by the fact that I wanted to boost it as much as possible. I should have just put it on the More Cream channel from the get-go. If you've watched these videos before, you'll know that I stress about my upload schedule and stuff like that, so that also played a role in it. You know, my last video was 3 months ago, so I also had that added pressure of, you haven't uploaded in a while, you gotta put it on Cream to make sure people know you're alive, because that's how the game works. The way I was doing it just wasn't sustainable. So, we're gonna work on getting the second channel built up, and being known for more live stuff, not so much script written and whatnot. And if I feel like making a video essay, I'll put it on the main channel. But if I feel like making something different, then it goes on More Cream. And that way I can have 2 different channels for 2 different sets of audiences. Hopefully this will work out. If you've got any tips for me, please feel free to leave it in the comments. I am so desperate. There was a video that Schlatt released last night, which for some reason always happens to align exactly with how I'm feeling on his weekly slap. It was about dealing with burnout and talking about overnight successes and how he would have hated to be an overnight success on YouTube because then he wouldn't have learned all the lessons he needs. I was an overnight success. I didn't learn all the lessons I needed. Sure, I did a bunch of research beforehand, but I didn't make any mistakes. You know, I didn't have videos that have failed. So being the first video that has failed hard, it hurts a lot. So I think my priorities going forward, as a nice little wrap up, little bow, building up an audience on the second channel and thinking of ideas that I am happy with. Because that's what I think failed me this time, is the idea, the core idea. Once again, this is rambly, but I don't know, I enjoy making these, it's fun. TF2's been great recently, maybe I'll play some more of that. If you guys want to hear more about my overnight success and how it's been a curse, let me know and I'll make a video on it. But with that being said, thank you for chilling out with me. And I hope you have a good day, night, evening, morning, whatever. Bye.